think it's such a personal question in the sense that what every caregiver needs in order to feel like they're supported, they're doing the right thing to whatever their concerns are. But I do know that there are a lot of places that are, the caregiver is not lost in this conversation about healthcare and about dementia. I think that healthcare workers are acutely aware of the fact that the caregiver is under a lot of stress. By definition, the role is stressful, that the caregiver is fundamentally necessary to the care of the patient, and perhaps more so than any other player in their healthcare. Every healthcare worker that I've spoken to, after they say, yes, we do these tests or we can do that, is like, and so the caregiver, we need to meet the caregiver, we need to talk to the caregiver, we need to relieve the caregiver burden to the extent that we can. So these are the resources that we have to do that. And like I've said, sometimes that can be meditation, sometimes that can be accessing respite care, sometimes that can be accessing financial information, because if you don't know if the money is going to be there, that's very stressful, and then you can't do your caregiver role the way you need to. So there are a lot of services for the caregiver. I wonder if maybe caregivers are so immersed in the business of being a caregiver that they don't have time, or B, feeling like it's not about me, it's about the patient, that they don't go looking for it. Because all of these healthcare workers also said that it's the kind of service where they need to say and encourage the caregiver to accept help, as opposed to them putting up their hands and saying, I need help. That doesn't happen so frequently. I was talking to one woman last month, I guess, and her husband had recently died of Alzheimer's, and she was talking about being in a memory clinic, because she had to go to those appointments too, and her husband would go to the right and she would go to the left, and he would have his cognitive testing and she would sit down with the social worker, and she said, I thought we were doing fine. I thought everything's good. I'm on the waiting list for a long-term care bed for him. I don't know that I want him to go, and that makes me a little sad, but we're good, and I'm cooking and cleaning, and we have our little exchanges, and we watch television during the day. It's all fine. But it was a social worker at the clinic who said, actually, things really aren't fine. You're really worried about Mike, and we can see that, and we're really worried about you. And your health is suffering, and let us help you. And she was like, oh my goodness, I guess I am tired. I guess this is hard. I'm a little sad, right? But it really took someone saying it for her to admit it.